Okay, so welcome back. We're still on binomial products, but we've got some specials that we want to put in our notes again. So let's just start with numbers because you love numbers. So 4 squared just means 4 times 4. So that 2 just means you're repeating the same thing that it's sitting on top of. So 5 squared is 5 times 5. Okay, so with binomials we can get repeats. So for instance, x plus 2 squared, it just means x plus 2 and then exactly the same bracket. So if you were going to do it like you previously did, I'll just use method 2. Some of you are going to use method 1, but that's okay. So x times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 2 is 4, and again you've got the diagonal to look at. So you end up with x squared plus 4x plus 4. And this diagonal is the one that we look at as a special thing, like the diagonal will always be the same as each other. Okay, so copy that down and then come to the next slide. So there is, because if I go back to that previous slide, because the diagonal is a repeat, there is a shortcut, and some of you may be interested and some of you may not, but I'll put it in our notes. So the shortcut is something plus something squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and that's how I write my b's, as you know. So here's an example. X plus 5 squared, so the first number a, okay, you know our shortcut, the first number is a, so that's going to be just x, and the second number b, that's going to be 5. So in the shortcut, if you look at the box, so in the shortcut you take the first number, x, and you square it, you put a plus sign and then a 2, so plus sign and 2, and then put a and b, and then put plus b squared. So when you do that, x times x squared is just called x squared, 2 times x is 2x, 2x times 5 is 10x, and plus 5 squared is 25. Okay, so you don't actually have to do the lines in the boxes. It's a method that works. I think maybe some of you won't be interested at all because you can just do it by the box method or the line method. So for instance, you could just write out x plus 5 and then another x plus 5 and then just use the same method that we did in the last video. But for some of you who may be interested in a shortcut, that's a shortcut, and we'll get some practice just so we know that it can work. So let's have a look, copy that down and then move to the next slide. So, what I want to do, there's a shortcut with a minus sign, so we'll just get this in our notes again. You don't have to do it, but if it's a minus sign in between, the a and the b are just the first number, and the second number, don't worry about the minus sign. The minus sign takes care of itself later. So we've got a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, and I'll do this one for you again. So 2 squared is 4, x squared is x squared, the minus sign comes down, 2 times 2 is 4, so 2 times 2 is 4x, 4x times 3 is 12x, plus sign, 3 squared is 9. But you can just do it as 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, and then use the old method, which is lines or the rectangles. So you don't have to use the shortcut, but I'm just putting in our notes in case those people who want to save some time, okay, they can do it, but you don't have to do it. And I'll just check what my next slide is. Okay, so, and the last one is a special, and this special is called a product that leads to the difference of 2 squares. And at the moment, we won't be too worried, but it is a really neat one. So in this one here, there's 2 brackets, but the first number matches the first number, and the second number matches the second, and one bracket's got a plus and one bracket's got a minus. And the special product is just leads is a squared minus b squared. So here's an example. 3x, 3x, 5 and 5, one's a plus, one's a minus. So a is 3x, b is 5, so we'll end up with a squared squared minus b squared. 3 squared is 9, x squared is x squared, minus sign, 5 squared is 25. But again, you can just use method 1 or method 2. You don't have to use the shortcut, but it's a neat one as well. So copy that down and you'll have some practice on that. Oh, I didn't list the thing, so I'll just pause. And we're back live. So exercise 7b on page 271. Question 1 is the one which I've called the difference of two squares. And also question 2, the same thing. And then skip question 3. Oh no, question 3's got some good ones. Question 3, question 4, and they're the perfect squares. So these are the a plus b squared and the a minus b squared. So that's that exercise. Have a go. You don't have to do all of them. Just do a cross section. And that's it for the day. Okay, thanks. Bye.